Vice News is reporting that human rights groups are condemning Tunisia for its treatment of gays after authorities sentenced a man to a year in prison for sodomy and then subjected him to an anal probe. They say, quote, police arrested the man earlier this month. According to his lawyer, Fadao Braham, police called in their client for questioning after his phone number was found on the body of a murdered man. Though he had no connection to the murder itself, the student admitted to having a sexual relationship with the deceased. The police then opened an investigation into his homosexuality under Article 230 of the Tunisian Penal Code, a controversial law that punishes sodomy with up to 3 years in prison. Quote, another statement was drawn up, and my client had to undergo an anal exam against his will, Braham said. The man was then subjected to an anal probe in a nearby hospital to verify whether he was indeed a homosexual. Prosecutors submitted the test as evidence in the trial, and the court found the man guilty. He was given a 1-year prison sentence on September 24th. Okay, so let's think about exactly what happened here. A guy was accused of being gay, and the authorities went, okay, come on, guys, this is serious. Let's look in his ass. You're so concerned that this guy is engaged in sodomy that you yourself had to shove things in his ass. By your own logic, shouldn't you then be locked up? You don't do an anal. How do you do an anal exam without peeking in there or putting some fingers in there? So aren't you also you're doing anal penetration in one way or another? So aren't you also guilty of the same thing? Shouldn't you be locked up? No. See, it was the authorities, and it's legit when they do it. You know, if it's like some sort of an official established authority, and they do something like that, well, it's excusable because there's got to be a legitimate reason for it because it's an authority figure. Kind of like how the Catholic Church, when they diddled all those little boys, well, it was the Catholic Church doing it, so there was a reason for it. Oh, there wasn't? They were just sick fucks taking advantage of people? Right. That's exactly what's happening here, man. It's the most ironic bust, no pun intended, in history. The guy might be gay, shove things in his ass. What the fuck? And come on, Tunisia, for those of you who don't know, it's supposed to be one of the more modern Muslim countries. That's how it's viewed. But then when you read stuff like this, you go, stop. What are you doing? What are you thinking? How could that still be against the law? Now, unfortunately, there are places where the punishment is even worse. There are places where they kill you for being gay. But here they think, no, it's cool. We're more liberal. Just a year to 3 years in jail. What? He was gay. What'd you expect us to do? I don't know. Maybe let him live his fucking life and you back the fuck off? I don't know why it's so hard for people, even if you're somebody who is religious and you believe in your holy book or whatever. Is it really that hard to wrap your mind around the concept that when consenting adults are doing something that's not hurting anybody else, it's none of your fucking business? It's none of your business. Again, even if your text says the opposite and you believe in your text, why are you not living your own life by your text and leaving everybody else the fuck alone? Now, I'm tired of religious dogmatism that, unfortunately has ruined so many societies and has set up so many archaic, draconian, ridiculous, backwards laws. It's, again, guys, it's not just a difference of opinion that, hey, that culture believes in locking up gay people and we don't. No, that just means we are better on that issue. We are right on that issue and they are wrong on that issue. Now, what do you do about it is a much more complicated question because you're not going to, wage a war because they don't have the exact same laws we do? Of course not. That's ridiculous. But you have to try to fight and win on the battlefield of ideas and concepts because that's all we have. So there needs to be international outrage. They need to point out how ridiculous this is. And also, don't just point out how ridiculous the law is, point out the fucking irony of it. We're so afraid that this guy's an evil gay that we're going to penetrate his ass.